day, everyone. It is Thanksgiving Day here in Newfoundland, and we are heading out towards 34 Road in Black Duck Siding. Did a video out there before, but it's fall time and there's some beautiful colors out there when I was out there this week past. So we're going to go and look at it, see how they're doing with harvesting the timber in there and that, and see how many trails we can find in there. Apparently they connect to glents now too. I don't know if we'll get into that way today, but we'll see. Okay, so we just got to the beginning of 34 Road here in Black Duck Siding. That's the beginning right over there behind me, right there. And right now I'm going to air down, because when you're in on these old woods roads, you wouldn't believe how important it is to let some air to the tires. I drops down to 12 pounds and it works great. Just saves on everything, right? Now, when I first started doing this, I used a digital tire gauge and I got it exactly at 12 pounds on each wheel. But after doing it so many times now, I realize I count to 24 and it gives me between 12 and a half pounds exactly. So it works out pretty good. Okay, so we've been debating doing that for a while, going around those rocks here like everybody else does, because everybody comes up here as in a side-by-side, but did really good. I mean, I don't even think I spun a tire here, to tell you the truth. So we're going to explore this road on out and see where it takes us now. Okay, so we're into Logger School Road now. From that spot where the road is barred off with rocks, we went around it, we started driving up, and we passed by land downs, which I did a couple of previous videos of, so I didn't bother stopping in there this time. And I remember in on Logger School Road, there was a huge mountain there, and they were cutting on there this summer. The cutting has finished for the season by the looks of it, but I cannot find a road to get over to it. But it's this mountain right here, and it don't look that big on video, but it's actually pretty big. We are at about 400 meters right now above sea level. So I say that the mountain is at least 650 meters above sea level. So since we can't find a road, or they might have it barred off too, that's possible, I'm going to go over here, get my drone and put her up in the air and see what we can see. Anybody looking to get into the drone thing, I have a DJI Mini 3. It's not the Pro or nothing, just the Mini 3. And it is a great drone. I mean, it takes really nice videos and everything. Easy to fly. I'm after buying multiple cheap ones over the years, and they're all just terrible. I mean, you let go of the controls and they just wander off into the trees somewhere. It's just no good. The DJI is definitely the way to go, in my opinion. It just works so good. Got a long range on it. I had it up to 8 kilometers away from me so far, and that's in a big open area. Of course, in the woods you don't get near that, probably a couple of kilometers. So it's good in winds and that too, not high winds, but it's safe for up to 30-40 kilometers an hour winds with no troubles. So gotta set her up in the air now. Okay, so that was a bit of drone footage from this area. So some pretty nice views around here. So as of now, we are going to head back towards Black Duck and go into where they're cutting the pulp to for cardboard pulp and paper, and see if we get some drone footage in there. Okay, so we are up at the end of the woods trail where they're cutting logs. By the looks of it, they're finished for the season. There's a lot of trees cut around here, that's for sure. But it do open up a lot of country that you can see more. So what I'm going to do is jump in the passenger seat of the tractor like Crystal Drive, and I'm going to put the drone up in the air and show you some of the country here. Okay, so I guess that's going to wrap up this video. That was a fun little drive. So we know now that 34 Road is connected to Logger School Road, and 38 is all connected right across the west coast. Trails everywhere, so there's definitely a lot more to explore. But we put quite a few miles on today, and tracker seems to be working fine and everything. I mean, I had to change the radiator last week because that cracked, but that's minor stuff, you know. That's just normal wear and tear, right? So our plan was to go to Round Harbour today, but we weren't prepared for it, so we're putting that off until the next available time that we can both go. So until then, thanks for watching.